So it feels like we're all just waiting for this next leg of the bull run to really kick off. We're going to jump into some of the altcoins. I'm in and I'm tracking right now, and I think I'm going to make some big moves over the coming months. As Bitcoin attracts billions of dollars in investment, the trickle-down effect into the altcoins can see some huge parabolic gains. And this is what we're all looking forward to, the potential for life-changing money. So if you enjoy the content in today's video, looking at these altcoins, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on the post notifications. Due to the time-sensitive nature of crypto right now, it's literally moving 1,000 miles per hour. And if you want to join our exclusive community over on Discord, check out my Patreon link down below. Let's jump in. So last week we had a look at this chart. It is called Total 2 on TradingView. Essentially, this is the altcoin market cap. So we are back here on September the 10th, and we were at a market cap of $1.21 trillion. Today we're sat at $1.24 trillion. So an increase in roughly $30 billion of the altcoin market cap over the last 7 days. But you can see from this structure here, we are flagging, but this looks like it wants to break to the upside. And all of this will be contingent upon Bitcoin playing ball, which it seems to be doing so far. And then we can look towards this area of our previous all-time high for the altcoin market cap, which would be an increase of roughly 10% to get there. So not too far away from breaking through this area. And I think when we do burst through this, we are going to be off to the races. A lot of talk right now of a BTC ETF coming over the next month. So very exciting times. Over on the Fear and Greed Index, you can see we are back in neutral territory once again. So the market seemingly has gone through a bit of a reset here. Not too much bullish Moonboy talk right now, which is very good to see. But the people in the know, the experienced traders, are all getting super excited for what is to come. And then we look at Bitcoin here. And I mentioned last Friday, as long as we didn't break through, say, 42, 43K, then we should continue in an up-only fashion for Bitcoin. As you can see, some of these spikes to the lows here of around 42, 43,000 bucks did come in, makes people shit the bed a little bit, encourages people to go short, and then the market reverses. This is exactly what the market makers want you to do. They want you to short when they actually want the market to go up, and they take your coins. So don't let them do that. Any dips are to be bought up at this point in time. Of course, not financial advice, but that is what I'm doing. If there are dips, I'm aggressively trying to buy now. So let's jump into some altcoin news here. We're going to start with Ramp DeFi. This one's been looking rather juicy for quite some time here and is seemingly consolidating around a price point of around 35 to 40 cents. This is the year-long chart here. We peaked at around $1 previously. There was a spike just above. It says 101 here, but I think it went a little bit higher on some exchanges. But nonetheless, this is starting to look like it wants to pull upwards. And from the volume profile down here, you can see a lot of interest is starting to return here for Ramp. And I really can't believe that this coin is ranked 360th. There's definitely not 360 better cryptos ahead of this one. It's going to be a top 100 by the end of this bull run, mark my words. And for this to return to $1, I think is an inevitability. And then we're going to look for $2 and beyond. But what have they been doing as of late? What updates have we got? Well, we've got this. So they were just putting together some info of the status column on Ramp V2. So if you've got some open positions here, for example, I've got single asset staking on Binance Smart Chain for Ramp here, 35%. And what you can do is take your Ramp here that is staked and unlock some RUSD. And then with that RUSD, you can do what you want. For me personally, I take that as a loan and then buy up more Ramp and stake it because I think Ramp is going to go a lot higher. I'm essentially getting a very nice leverage position on this. But the green over here shows that my collateral ratio is currently very healthy. So if these go into like amber here, it means you've arrived at around 20% level from your liquidation price, and red means you're around 10% from your liquidation price. So this is something I do have to monitor on a daily basis just to make sure my liquidation price is a lot lower. It's like 13 cents, I believe, for Ramp to go down to, which I don't think is very possible at this point. You never know, so I do monitor daily, but I'm fairly confident Ramp will continue onwards and upwards. Even if it does go a little bit lower, I think I would be looking towards maybe this region here around the high 20s to low 30s at worst. They've also announced additional liquidity mining incentives over on QuickSwap, essentially the Uniswap of Polygon. And you can see from this chart here over on the USDC pool, they've got a lot of rewards for Ramp, US dollar, and USDC. 6 of the quick tokens per day given to this pool. So there could be a healthy APY in a very low risk pool here, as those are both stable coins. So something to bear in mind there. And then we have this up here as well. Their governance is now released directly on the app. So if we just go up here and then to DAO, you can actually now vote on proposals. I've actually voted on this one already to adjust the ramp vault liquidation ratio. Is currently at 130%. You can vote to keep it at 130, reduce to 125 or to 120. I personally voted for 120 as I think ramp is maturing as an asset. Its liquidity is improving on a daily basis, and I think a lower liquidation ratio is now appropriate. Then if we just hop over to their docs page here, you can see their September roadmap. They've already chalked off items 1 and 2. So launching the governance platform, done. So this is transitioning to more of a DAO and then scaling up their RUSD liquidity pool depth over on QuickSwap with those mining incentives. To come, initiate Venus IO integration and implement a ZAP function to fast track deposits and development of liquidation protection module. So maybe something in the works to ensure that you don't get automatically liquidated, but you maybe get a bit of a chance to top up your balance. I think that is a really cool thing to have on the cards. Next up, we have Pancake Swap and the Cake token, currently around 21.47 right now. As you would have noticed over the last 24 hours, crypto markets are down a little bit. So some nice entries on some altcoins here. And if we look at the Cake chart, it looks terribly bullish up until just a couple of days ago, and it started to slope off a little bit. But I think there's quite a bit of momentum here with the recent announcement of the NFT collections going live. You may have seen this over on the NFT tab here. They've had a bit of a facelift to Pancake Swap. If you've not already set up your profile, go to this tab up here and your profile and make sure you set it up, as there's going to be loads of NFT drops coming and you need to have a profile already set up to actually participate with all of this stuff. So if this becomes a very dominant NFT marketplace, you're going to want to be in with a shout of getting involved and getting involved with some of these very early drops, which are likely to become some of the blue chips of the BSC eco. So this ecosystem kicks off soon. You can see the announcement was on August 20th. And I believe it is on the 22nd of September that the marketplace goes live. Currently, there's a load of like secondary markets on BSC that you can get involved with, but this could be the dominant one on Binance Smart Chain. And so, of course, a lot of attention will be on this now. And to be honest with you, it looks like the price action did kind of follow this. So around the 20th here, you could see maybe the price action was starting to flag a little bit. And then we had this announcement and it's gone on a bit of a run again, but now tapered back off to essentially a very similar price to what it was at on the 20th. So maybe this was just a little bit of extra gas in the tank from this announcement over here, which tells you that all trading will be in BNB or wrapped BNB tokens. I think this is to ensure everyone who has an account on BSC can get involved, because otherwise, if they did it in Cake token, that would mean people would have to make an additional swap. Whereas if you're using the Binance Smart Chain, you must have BNB on hand, as it is the gas and the utility token of the network. But the fees from the marketplace will be used to buy back and burn Cake. I don't know what the fee level is, so if anyone knows that percentage, please drop it down below. I'll be keen to hear that. And then the first tradable NFTs will be specific to Pancake Swap and launch with their own NFT collection. So this is what I want to actually get involved with. I think it's well worth trying to get your hands on one of those before they then start rolling out the marketplace to more people and more creators to start posting up their NFT collections. You can see their own chef CC has a collection coming here. And in terms of this collection, what can they say? You'll need to have a Pancake Swap profile to participate. As I mentioned, the minting fee will be in Cake, and all Cake contributed to the minting will then be burned. They've got over 1 million followers on Twitter now, and if this is going to be a 10,000 avatar project drop, there could be a huge gas war on our hands. So something to bear in mind for September 22nd. But I think this will be bullish for the price action of the Cake token, because if they are attracting, say, millions or even $1 billion worth of trade on a daily basis at some point through this NFT marketplace, and the transaction fees are relatively high, maybe like 1% or something, this could mean a huge buyback and burn of the Cake token. Next up, we have TrustSwap. And these guys are pushing and pushing very hard right now. This is the chart over the last 90 days, and it looks hella bullish in my opinion. And you can see some big volume coming in here once again. Let's just pull this out for the last year. We're not at pandemonium levels like we were at the peak of the last kind of run we had here, but the levels are definitely picking up once again. And I think a lot of interest in the swap token, and we're 67% off the previous all-time high. So lots of room to move and grow. 7 days, 7 announcements. Day 1 was on the 14th. Swap listed on Binance Smart Chain. You can now trade it over on Pancake Swap, and you can also port over or bridge your tokens from ETH to BSC to take advantage of this low cost environment. So definitely helpful for those of us struggling with the gas fees, which is essentially everybody at this point. But on top of this, they also went through a full website revamp, and you may say a facelift to a website, nothing to really shout home about. Well, it does make a bit of a difference. You don't want to have a website that's been up for around a year now when it could do with a bit of modernizing, as this is probably one of the first place new investors will come and look, and they've just made it look super clean, and you can easily trace all the places you can trade it, what functions and features they're rolling out, the crypto app addition that they got going on, the NFT marketplace called Swappable. They've just got everything here so that any new investors know exactly what is going on by holding the swap token. You get into the launch pads, you get some staking rewards if you're staking the token, plenty going on with TrustSwap there. Day number 2 was this. An announcement that Swappable NFTs is sponsoring T1, an esports team from Romania, Dota 2 champions, and they're having an exclusive drop here for anyone who wants to actually own these NFTs. I think tapping into the gaming like circles here can onboard a ton of people into cryptocurrency, and it's nice to see that they're going with gaming and NFTs as the area that they're trying to really drive home. And it says here that they're sponsoring them for a specific tournament here with prize pools up to $40 million. And this will see huge exposure for the TrustSwap brand. As you can see here, Super Bowl has around 112 million viewers, but this has 20 million viewers. And I would say people watching this are going to be a lot more tech savvy and more interested in crypto than your average beer drinking, hot dog eating NFL fan. And then day 3 here is this, the NFT drop from Amanda Nunes, UFC fighter. Any big UFC fans out there will know exactly who she is, essentially the baddest woman on the planet. She is essentially the #1 MMA fighter, potentially of all time. You could argue she is ferocious. But you can see from here, Amanda Nunes will be repping the TrustSwap brand in her clothing during the UFC fight week, pre-match photo shoot, and some more. So how cool would it be to see her with like Trust and Swap on each fist, going into a title match and absolutely dominating? I think that would be sick. So TrustSwap, again, one to watch. These guys are really, really pushing and just have so many utilities behind them that I can't see why this won't break its previous all-time high of $5 at some point, which will make me a very happy person. Then next up, I wanted to shine a light again on the Fantom ecosystem. I think it's always good to look where others are kind of shying away from right now. This is all in the red. It's pretty much counter trading the Avalanche system, which is all green today. Previously, when the Fantom ecosystem was all green, Avalanche was all red. I'm not sure if some whales are just moving their liquidity from one to the other and back again or what. But of course, you want to be buying red days and selling green days, not the opposite way around. This is how you counter trade the market and how you essentially get better entries on some of these protocols here. SpookySwap is down to $16.99, market cap of around $75 million. It was almost double this about 2 weeks ago. So we will get back up to these prices at some point, but it's pretty much on discount right now. Again, Fantom down to $1.28. It was kind of inevitable in my mind that when you go up very fast, it has to come down and consolidate and find new bottoms. So I think that is kind of where we are. Over on SpookySwap, somewhere I've got some liquidity here. My BOO tokens that are staking are getting me a roughly 31% APY. And then you get the receipt token called XBOO. And then with XBOO, I've personally got mine here in the earning wrapped Fantom column. So I'm getting a payout of roughly 47% in the Fantom token, but they've added a ton of new cryptocurrencies on here as well, including the stablecoin DAI. So you can literally earn dollars at 52%. And another favorite of mine, Woo, at 62% essentially there. And Woo is one to watch. I think I'm due an update on the Woo platform, the exchange, and how things have been going. Maybe I'll get that one up in the next week. So again, good to look where people are not looking. Fantom currently down a little bit. Avalanche is pumping. If you're deciding between the two, of course, conduct your own due diligence, but it's good to buy red and sell green as a motto. Then we have Terra Luna. Don't want to spend too much time on here because I'm just super bullish on this. And you can tell over the last few weeks, pumped out a load of videos on Luna. But what can you see glaringly obvious from this chart here across the $35 line is a clear support resistance flip. you can see resistance, 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 rejected every time. We broke through. We came and retested, and we've retested once more and just lipped back above 35 bucks right now. So this is a support resistance flip, which is very bullish for the Luna token. And we are 12 days away from Columbus 5 going live. Plenty going on in this ecosystem, loads of new projects set to launch. I'm very excited for all of this. And I think these figures here in the 30s are going to be a thing of the past very soon. Then we look at Avalanche. This is one of the few ecosystems that has been doing very well today. Avalanche up around 2%. It was up around 10% earlier. Let's just refresh and see where we are. Around 65 bucks for the Avalanche token, market cap 14 billion. Then my play would be this one, Joe, essentially the Uniswap of this ecosystem. So if you want to get involved with some value accrual of all the people passing through this ecosystem and trading on a DEX, this is where I would park some funds. Market cap 227 billion. It's up 102% over the last 7 days, however. So I would personally prefer to see this pull back a little bit. But why is this pumping? What is coming? Aave deployment on Avalanche coming very soon. So this was just posted 2 days ago over on their governance page. The summary here that the Avalanche Foundation was asking for signaling from the Aave community to accept deployment of Aave into Avalanche. So TLDR, it is happening and it's going to be happening soon. And this benefits the Aave protocol as follows. The Avalanche Foundation has allocated up to $20 million of AVAX for users of the Aave protocol over a 3-month period to earn AVAX rewards whilst using Aave on Avalanche for the first phase of this program. So you can literally get paid in AVAX tokens to use Aave over there when this goes live. This essentially means a ton of liquidity will pour into the Avalanche ecosystem. So I think the DEX of that ecosystem will do well during this period. How well it sustains after all these rewards, I don't really know, but I think this is clearly bullish in the short term. And so the next steps are here, a creation of a snapshot vote for Aave community to signal yes or no for deployment. Essentially, this is going to be going live rather soon. Point that I believe with this multi-chain future, we've seen Aave deploy on the likes of Polygon, on Avalanche now as well. How long before they announce that they're going to also be going on to the likes of Fantom as well? So I think all these things will come in good time to all the major layer 1 blockchains. So do keep your eyes out for more announcements. And then last but not least, we have SuperFarm here ranked 260th, current price 77 cents. The market cap just over $200 million. Let's have a look over the last 90 days. You can see it's meandered around 75 cents for a while now. We've broken above $1 on a few occasions. Seems to be a bit of resistance here at around $1.10. But still, this one is 83% off previous all-time highs, and I believe it will break these all-time highs during this bull run, at which point, again, I'll be very, very happy. And what Elio announced recently on a video was that their NFT marketplace will be coming soon. I didn't realize the scope of what they're going for. Essentially, with the shenanigans over on OpenSea, with one of their, I think it's like a product director or someone, front running the front page listings, buying up the NFTs before they publish and then selling them directly afterwards and not covering his tracks very well. This kind of insider trading, of course, makes people's stomachs turn and gives you a very bad reputation for OpenSea. So Elio and SuperFarm are looking to fill the void here with a community-run NFT marketplace where the token holders of Super will control the protocol and benefit from the fees. So there could be major value accrual to token holders of Super. So I have my bags packed for Super. I may continue to add here as I'm surprised the price did not spike up already, but I do think it's just a matter of time before we break through this kind of resistance here at $1 and we go higher and higher and higher. If the marketplace takes off, again, this could become a multi-billion-dollar market cap rather damn quickly. So a lot of ingredients there for a bullish run for the SuperFarm token. So there we have it, our roundup of the altcoins on this Friday afternoon. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Comment below which altcoins you want to see an update on over the course of next week or maybe next Friday. I had a few requests come in that we did cover today, so thank you guys for those suggestions. I do listen to the community from time to time, so do post your requests down below and I'll see what I can get through. But thank you for watching, guys. Subscribe if you are new here and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.